Hi, I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI, coming to you Monday to Friday. Today, how dare you tell people I'm using a chatbot just because I'm using a chatbot? The European Union's AI Act went through on August 1st, 2024, 2 years ago. We wrote it up at the time. One of the requirements is the Code of Practice on Transparency of AI-generated content. You have to make AI output clear to the public. So, Anthropic has announced it's going to watermark Claude's text output so it can be detected as AI. Anthropic's using a version of Synth ID from Google. Now that's been in place in Gemini's web and app output for a few years now, and almost nobody knew or cared. But the bros are screaming now because it's in Claude, and there's a lot of so-called authors and so-called journalists showing their entire backsides, and they're outraged that someone might find out what they've been doing instead of doing the writing. Also, they are sure the EU is evil for making it so you can spot them using a chatbot, catching the bros out. Some of the thinking from these alleged writers is amazing. Here's John Gruber, the daring fireball. Quote, Anthropic's watermark text adulteration in Claude is a perversion of writing. Unquote. Sure is, buddy. So that's why nobody should use chatbot writing. Right, John? Quote, the exact words we choose when writing matter. I want any LLM I use to choose the very best, most precise words at every single decision point. Unquote. You what? It's a slot machine. It never did precise anything. That's your problem as the writer. And you know, reading a lengthy, daring fireball post, I always get that eyes sliding off feeling. Now I know why. But wait, there's more of these guys. Here's Jeff Jarvis, who's signed his name to several books. Quote, I resent Anthropic et al. Dismissing the value of a writer's selection of one word over another for the impact that decision has on expression, on impression, occasionally on art. Unquote. See, those are decisions, Jeff, that a writer makes when they're composing a sentence. It's a process we call writing. The slop bot never did any of that. It's literally statistically average what word comes next. That's what it's for. Even without this watermarking, it's terrible writing, and it literally always was. Nobody who claims they can tell good writing from bad should care this much about the quality of the chatbot output if they're not using the slop bot instead of doing the writing. How about O'Reilly author Mike Taylor, who tweeted, quote, strikes me as fundamentally hostile to writers. Unquote. Not ones who do the writing. That's a subtle point, evidently. Here's a reply to Mike. Quote, Minarian, then choose the words yourself and don't use AI, lazy bones. Mike Taylor, I'm a published author, lol. I still write some stuff myself, but I wouldn't have time to write everything I want to without AI. Unquote. Let's look at his Twitter bio. Quote, 2 times O'Reilly author on prompt engineering. Unquote. And finally, Michael Lopp, aka Rands in Repose. Quote, I wrote the entire book, but... Unquote. What's but mean, Michael? Quote, what this means, if I ask Claude to critique a piece and I happen to cut and paste part of its reply into the text, then that could be marked unquote. You mean if you put in chatbot text, someone might find out you put in chatbot text? These guys are most worried they'll be busted. If you guys are also gung-ho with using the chatbot, you sure talk about it enough. Why don't you want people to know when you're using it? And also, what happened to telling us the chatbot doesn't matter, just judge the quality of the output? But readers did that, and you know what? They hate slop. These alleged writers know the readers hate slop. I must tell you, there's an obvious course of action here. It works for a lot of us who write things. Stop feeding your readers slop. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. A couple of notes here today. So today I went on the Tech Report with Will Guyant, who's subbing for Isaac Pound this week, and it was actually about Anthropic's watermarks. I was already doing this story today because it's the story, but I did try not to repeat myself. Consider it an extra on this episode. And it's absolutely fear of getting caught, because it turns out the public hate slop. They will think less of you for giving them slop. They're not here to read things you couldn't be bothered writing. Link in the show notes. And this Friday's Pivot to AI is an interview with internet commenter Tante, and $5 and up patrons and YouTube members can get it right now.
When this thing crashes, I want to see apologies. I really will demand apologies by a few people before I will ever listen to them again.
You can sign up to support Pivot to AI and get the video early and future ones by dropping your $5 into the Patreon link in the show notes, or if you prefer YouTube, hit the join button below the video. YouTube members also get the regular daily episodes 10 minutes early. Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow, and bye for now.